Okay, here we go again. Here's one more slap in the face to the local bike shop. Just announced last week, another bicycle brand, Scott Bikes, on Wednesday, March 19th, has entered into an agreement with four major online retailers to sell their bikes and accessories direct to consumers. Also, Scott stated that by mid April, the brand will offer direct to consumer sales on its U.S. website. In a bold statement, Scott's president and CEO said, "This strategy is about the Scott brand and expanding consumer reach to drive more awareness and demand for our dealer network. Customers can choose to have their bikes shipped to their local dealer or directly to themselves." So, my question, if I were a Scott dealer, would be how on earth does it benefit my shop if the customer pays Scott for the bike and never steps foot in my shop? Or even worse than that, the customer does come into my shop, ties up staff time with questions about the bike, and still opts to buy directly due to some current special that is on their website, just the offer of the week. Scott isn't the first, and I guarantee they won't be the last brand to adopt this sales model. Let's take a look at a few other historically traditional brick and mortar bike brands. All three of the biggest brands have decided to go this route as well. The first brand is Specialized, one of the true bullies in the bicycle business. A visit to their website shows massive sale prices on current model year bikes. They grossly overproduce bikes, and now they've been forced to slash prices. This has left their dealers holding the bag. If you want that shiny new e-bike, how many of you will buy that bike off the dealer's showroom floor? Or how many of you will go to the Specialized website and save yourselves $2,000 or more? If you wait until mid-year, some of the bikes will be marked down even higher, potentially $4,000 to $5,000 off. While you might have your own opinions about bikes that cost this much, and I might tend to agree with that, these actions of slashing prices not only hurts their dealers, but in the long run hurts other brands in the industry as well. A prime example of that would be the Ibis Oso, a bike that recently retailed for over $11,000. But now, no doubt due at least in part to Specialized constant pricing of their e-bike lines, is now available on the Ibis website for $6,000. One final note about Specialized. Merida, who owns 35% of Specialized, just last week posted a $105 million loss related to that investment. Let's move on to the other big US player in the game, Trek. A visit to their website reveals they are also running crazy springtime sales, up to 45% off. This during the biggest bike sales time of the year. If you're a Trek dealer and you have one of these Fuel EX9 bikes in your store, the only way you will sell it is if you take a loss on it. That's just nuts to me. Trek also offers click and collect or direct to consumer sales. Let's move on to our third big player, Giant Bicycles, who announced last week as well, to no one's surprise, that profits were down 60%. They cited over a $50 million in inventory loss of value due to discounting. Looking at their website, it also offers click and collect sales, and it shows quite a few prior year models with huge discounts up to $3,500, with the e-bike category seemingly hit the hardest. I see tons of doom and gloom on the internet about the bicycle industry, but that is a subject for another video. Do I think one of these big three companies will go under in the next year? No, I don't, but a few smaller companies might. For GT bicycles, the writing is on the wall. They offer consumer direct sales, but chances are, if you're looking for one of this iconic brand's bikes, you might have missed the boat. Virtually all of their bikes on their website are sold out, and they've previously announced that they will no longer be making bikes this year. It looks like you still might be able to pick up a Speed Series frame, but if you want one, you better act quickly. On to Diamondback, another brand that was once a brick and mortar staple. They've chosen to try their hand at the direct to consumer sales. And they're not doing great in the current market situation. They are offering over $1,500 off several bikes on their website. Quick look at Haro Bikes. Not nearly as many sale bikes, but a few models that are perhaps less popular are on sale direct on their website. Taking a look at Marin Bikes, they also offer quite a few models on sale, between $500 and $1,000 off. They don't sell consumer direct, but they do sell online through several non-standard bicycle dealers, direct to consumer. At one point, I actually had a customer in my town that ordered some bikes for him and his wife, and they were delivered to my shop by my UPS driver because he just assumed that the bikes were coming to me without even looking at the address on the box. It was a bit embarrassing when I had to call the customer and tell him that I had the bikes at my location and he had to come pick them up when I had the same bikes on my sales floor for sale. A quick look at the classic BMX brand SE Racing. They now sell direct to consumer. They have come out of bankruptcy and seem to be doing as good as ever. Looking at their website, they're the first brand without sales currently running. I hope you enjoyed my quick look at the current state of the bicycle industry in regards to direct to consumer or online bike sales. Please keep in mind that your local bike shop is there to help you every step of the way, whether choosing your new bicycle, fixing your old bicycle, helping you with that latest accessory, telling you how the trails are riding, sharing information from the industry, and overall just generally being there to support you on your bicycling journey. Thanks for watching, and as always, enjoy the ride.